Hello, how are you? So much love. I really want to share what's going on. I really want to share about manifesting. I just had a huge aha this morning. It was seriously like a ping. It was like download, and I really want to share it with you, okay? And I'm going to do my best to get it out in a fast, articulate way. Manifesting. It's not a huge windfall all of the sudden. Creating real change actually takes something. Here's what I got. So I was asking myself the question. I have a really great coach, and she asked, what was it that really had you, she was asking a bunch of people, make the shift to change your life, right? Because a lot of my clients or the people I'm working with right now, they're struggling. They have real pain. They are in debt. They are not making enough money. They are living in their parents' basement. They are in transition. They're stuck in a job that they don't love. They don't even know their talents or gifts. They think they might be intuitive or sensitive or empathic, but they don't know for sure, and they don't know how to use it. So they're struggling to figure out how to manifest, how to actualize in their life. How do they get from where they are to where they want to go? Okay? So what often happens is that these people will find me, right? And people will say, I love your writing, I love your videos, I love what you're sharing, I love what you're talking about, I love how you've changed your life, I want to do that too, can you help me? And I say, yes, and it costs X amount of dollars. And then people go, oh no, never mind. Ooh, I didn't know you had to invest, or ooh, I didn't know it would be that much, or whatever it is, right? So I really want to speak to this because I'm so passionate about it, because I so often see that women especially get really, really stuck around money. And we have to be willing to take a look at where do we get stopped, right? So I actually asked myself this question this morning. I said, how did I do it? How did I get out of feeling like I didn't have enough money and being stuck in my job and working for someone else and make that transition and really build my business and create it online and put myself out there? What did I do? What made the difference? And it came to me like, oh, of course. I was willing to invest in myself even when I didn't have the money. I was willing to invest in myself and take a risk and throw my hat over the wall for change. I was no longer willing to just hope about it, pray about it, do nothing about it, and hope it would change. I one day got really serious that I wanted to change. And if it took X amount of dollars, I was willing to do that. So for example, I went back and I thought, what happened first? Oh, I had graduated college. I graduated high school and I was in college, and I was hanging out with people, and I was smoking weed and I was drinking beer and I was smoking cigarettes at that time. And I was just kind of living my life, and I wanted something different. And I found out about Landmark Education. And at the time it was like $400 or something for the program. And I thought, no way, that's not even in the realm of possibility for me to be investing that kind of money at this point. I was in student debt. I had, taken out all this money to go to college. But you know what I did? I felt something. I knew there was something possible there, and so I was willing to say yes and commit without knowing the full staircase or how it would all work out. I was willing to just throw my hat over the wall. So I took the Landmark form, changed my life, okay? If you take a small change on the trail right here, right now, it's going to change the path huge down the road, right? Huge changes in my life. I started going on Caribbean cruises, traveling around the world, hanging out with people who were talking about transformation, going to really empowering seminars, healing my relationships, cleaning up the messes in my past, creating new possibilities for my future. Blew my mind, because I was willing to say, I'm asking for change. The change is here. I'm willing to say yes. I'm willing to do what it takes. I'm willing to throw my hat over the wall to have what I'm asking for. So then what happened? Well, then there was this next program I could take where I could be an introduction leaders program for Landmark Education. It was 9 months. It was flying to Phoenix, Arizona. That was out of the realm of possibility for me. I was not the kind of person, I didn't know myself as someone who could navigate buying a plane ticket, flying, justify it to my family, go book hotel rooms to go do transformational leadership seminars. But I threw my hat over the wall. And I said yes. I didn't know how I would figure it out. I did it, changed my life. Great. Then what happened? Well, then, I learned more about myself. And it's like Abraham Hicks was talking about in the live seminar that I just went to, that we're getting ready to get ready to get ready, that we're molding the clay, we're molding the clay, we're molding the clay. So for many of us, our manifestation doesn't occur like, oh, I really want a big house, let me visualize, and then boom, 5 days from now, you'll have your new house with your keys in your hand. Sometimes it's a big windfall for people. Sometimes you win the lottery, right? But then we also see that people have that windfall lottery syndrome thing that happens where they end up back in debt or where they were when they began because they're not at a vibratory match. They can't actually hold the energy. They don't know how to be there because sometimes if something happens too quickly, we don't appreciate it. So we have to realize that we're getting ready to get ready to get ready. We're molding and molding and molding. We're heading toward our manifestation. And our big manifestations happen with consistent risk, consistent willingness to throw our hat over the wall, consistent change over time. So if you're asking for change, here's what happens. We're asking for change. It shows up. Someone says, here, I have what you're looking for. And we say, no, 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 no. Because we forget that how guidance shows up oftentimes is through other people. How guidance shows up is through the words people speak, the invitations that you get, the things that come across your path. And if you're willing to say yes, even though I don't know how it's going to work out and I don't know how I'm going to pay for it, but I'm willing to take action to change, that is how you get from point A to point B. It is a step at a time. It is a choice at a time. It is a moment at a time. That is a crafting. It is the next best thing, choosing again and again and again, but not choosing from a place of safety, but choosing from a place of willingness to take a risk, choosing from willing to be vulnerable, choosing to throw your hat over the wall. So then what I did, took psychic training school. I took all these seminars. I started to realize I had these gifts. People were telling me I was really intuitive. I had the idea to take psychic training school, $235 a month for 12 months to do the clairvoyant training program. No way. Out of the realm of possibility for me. Didn't know how it was going to work out, but I threw my hat over the wall. Took it. Learned how to give psychic readings, trained a lot, met amazing people, changed my life, became a reverend minister in the Church of Inner Light. And then I was willing to take a risk and start saying, I don't think I want to teach anymore. I think I want to be a psychic reader. And then I was willing to do that. And then I was willing to invest in B School. And then I was willing to invest in other coaches. So actually changing our lives and manifesting is being willing to invest in ourselves. It's being willing to say, I don't want to go it alone. I believe I can't go it alone. I believe that there are other people who have the answers and the resources. I believe, like it says in Think and Grow Rich, in the power of a mastermind. Because there's this default that we were born with that we actually, many of us still are sort of programmed to think, I'll figure it out on my own. I want to save money, so I can't invest my money in these things that I love, but we'll invest our money in gasoline for our cars, and we'll invest our money for Excel energy, and we'll invest our money maybe for television or Netflix, and we'll invest our money for, alcohol or whatever. But do we invest our money in these things that you cannot say, I want to build a powerful business and I want people to invest in me so that I can grow my spiritual gifts and share with the world and actually earn money doing it and live in this paradigm without being willing to actually do that yourself first. And so many people that I run across, and so many women especially, are in this paradigm of, I want this thing, I want this life, I want to know my gifts, I want to live my gifts, I want to earn income, I want to have that freedom. But no, I'm not willing to invest now. I'm not willing to make a change. I'm not willing to throw my hat over the wall. I'm not willing to trust that I've been asking Spirit for the answers. They're showing up by saying, here's someone on your path. I'm just going to keep saying no and hope that as an island by myself on my own, I can figure it out. And you're not going to be able to. It doesn't work that way. It'll never be that way. How it works is you ask, number one. Step number two, the universe answers always. Step number three, you have to be willing to receive. And you can't only be willing to receive in the way that you think it should appear. The answers might come in different forms. They might come through other people. They might come through coaches. They might come through programs. They might come through masterminds. They might come through books. They might come through having to invest some of your money. And then you're saying, I value this. Money is energy that gets us what we value. And if you're willing to say, I value my transformation and change enough, and I trust myself, because we are so afraid to make a mistake. We are so afraid to blow it. We are so afraid to pour and sink money into things. So we think that we can not speak our truth because we're afraid of that, not invest in things that are really valuable to us, and still get what we want and create transformation. You can't do it. So the difference between me and maybe someone who isn't creating the change and they're still stuck in their basement in a job that they don't love is that I was willing to take risks, to invest in my growth. In the last year since Sophia has been born, I have invested thousands and thousands of dollars in my business. I have invested in good coaches. I have invested in growing because I know that it is energy and that it is reciprocal, and I know that the answers to my questions show up in that way. So my point is, the secret to manifesting isn't an instant manifestation thing. It's choices to trust. It's choices to throw your head over the wall. It's choices for risk and vulnerability. It's choices to believe that you're having your answers. And it's a willingness to take action and invest. So landmark education and access consciousness and psychic horizons and my master's degree in education and all the things that have created the toolbox that I now have with my unique mixture to serve were all me getting ready to get ready to be in the place where I am to share my gifts with the world and to serve. And I'm here because I was willing to do that. So that's what I'm going to share today. I hope that makes sense. I hope that somewhere out there in the ether, my voice, my expression, my showing up, my vulnerability, my sharing creates ripple impacts that awaken, rise up the world so we can all have more of what we desire, be more in alignment, ask and receive so that we can create whatever it is that we're here to create. So much love. Namaste.